How do you think the generation alpha is going to be different, like in terms of when they grow up, in terms of their relationships? Can you see it now, or is it not so clear yet?
I think it has to do a lot with so screens, internet was already there for Gen Z. What is really changing for this generation is that they don't ask Google. They ask ChatGPT. And so, or any other service, by the way, but they basically have AI to answer all their questions. And I think the real shift here is that with Google, you had still to be able to capture multiple sources of information and make up your own mind. I think what is going to change now with the Gen Alpha is that they need to be taught differently than experiencing it themselves. That what they are told by an AI tool can be can be questioned, and so in a certain way, it's just a feeling, because also my kids are younger. They are not like 11 to 12, so that I can't really see directly. But in certain ways, there is a return to developing these aspects of being contradictory to what most people with the like most the tools, AI tools will tell you. So going back to reading more, disconnecting more from the internet, I think there would be, to a certain extent, this level of development in the future. Although social network will still be there, like the topics of loneliness and connecting with people will still be there. I think it has to be more. It has to do more with the AI part and all the impact and consequences it can have on a generation that will have no Google as like it will not ask Google basically.
Interesting. And like, so Steve Jobs notoriously wouldn't let his kids use devices. As a father with kids across like a few different ages, what's your take on device use?
I think it's super boring what I will say, but I think it's always a matter of finding the right balance. The same way you should not have 30 relationships in your 20s. You should also not have zero. So there is nothing wrong about playing video games. There is nothing wrong about watching a movie, as long as you don't spend your whole day, holidays, watching a movie. As long as you don't spend your whole you don't get out to the point like you play, you don't get out. So you have a lot to learn through playing video games, by the way. It's very active. It's you connect. Now you can connect with people. You can learn how to interact earlier than you used to be able, and on topics that you actually can love as a kid. What I find very harmful, however, is like the content pushed on social networks that is really bringing nothing. I think it's super addictive. So I think it should be treated the same way as a drug, to be like, because it is a drug. And so that is for me a big no-go. You can use devices, you can use screens, you can play games within a limited like a real like limit, but consuming content through the day like you do on TikTok or on Reels, Instagrams, that's a no-go. I think it's like you have to experience it at some point, the same way you might have to experience drugs to know where is the limit. But it should be legally constraint.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess we said that.
So you're pro some of the legislation some countries are bringing in, and the limiting the age of social media use specifically.
Yeah, definitely. I really think it's really like a drug, and imagine it's like a drug where the people who have these networks, they don't do it necessarily purposely to get people addicted, but as a consequence of having so much data of what they like and what they don't like, they are able to get you to stay longer and longer and longer, and that's people start opening their app just because by reflex, and so that's really not something, especially when you're under 16, I would say, that's something you want to allow your kids to do. And sometimes it's out of the control of parents, because you still need a phone, you still need screens, as I said before. So yes, I would definitely be supporting this kind of legislations.
Yeah.
Although I'm very liberal in general, I think some stuff are in the hand of the government, and drugs is part of them, and I don't see why this could not be treated as a drug.
Yeah.
So speaking actually of legality and stuff.